And thanks everybody for having me here today. Again, I'm Chris McGugan. I lead our R&D efforts here at Avaya. And it's exciting to be back in front of this population again. I really appreciate your time. I wanted to start with a little bit of topic that I think is important to us, and really is about digital transformation. And it's a journey that I think we have to continuously think about, and especially knowing that we build some of the world's can I go back a slide? Some of the world's largest contact centers. And when we think about building large contact centers and really driving experiences, this is where Avaya has significant and unique value. We think about the fact that customers come to us to understand how best to transform their businesses. Statistics show that just under 70% are actually happy with what they've actually done in and around the notion of digital transformation. And when you think about it, people go to a contact center for a number of different reasons, but in many cases, they're just looking for a human experience, how to finally reach a human being. 40% of the customers out there say they're looking for a human to talk to. Maybe they want to do a product return or have an interaction. But we've created so many different ways to automate the experience that the value of a voice call, the value of a human experience has become much, much greater over time. AI is great for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, humans want to interact with humans. When they have a complaint, they don't want to leave an email. They want to interact with a human. So again, that value of human interaction is continuing to increase. And we put lots and lots of technology out there to help them serve: a chatbot, a web page, a knowledge engine, an AI engine. All those are great, great uses of technology. But again, when it boils down to it, consumers want access to a specialist nearly 56% of the time that they interact with a contact center, rather than a generic customer service representative. They want a specialist. And that's significant to what we've seen in the past number of years. If you go back to 2008, right, nearly 80% of the calls going into a contact center were voice. Today, it's less than 55%. And that's a huge difference in the way we're interacting. The reality, though, is, again, enterprises are finding it challenging to find that natural blend between human and digital. And determining what the right percentage for their business actually is a challenge. At Avaya, we see our vision as driving intelligent experiences that matter. And you'll hear that tagline continuously come up from us from a marketing perspective and our products. But it really is about what drives how we think of digital experiences and how we manage those digital experiences. We're really about creating a transformation force in the digital communication space. How we enable you to create those unique, rich services and technology experiences that change the way that your customers interact with you. As Jim mentioned, we've got a rich services organization that really has been driving and living and breathing this every day for years. Our partners, our professional services, all of these folks are engaged every day in helping our customers manage their way on that digital transformation journey. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Not every business is at the same point in their transformation journey. Not every business is at their same stage in moving from a cloud to a premise or a hybrid. All of those things are question marks that our customers have to think about in their own business transformation. Luckily, Avaya is there to assist. And that's why Avaya is the trusted partner of the world's largest enterprises. We've been in Gartner's Magic Quadrant for 17 years as a contact center provider and over 9 years in the UC space. No other vendor in the industry can even come close. We service the world's top multinational institutions. Verticals, healthcare, automotive, insurance, financial. We span the globe when it relates to the various types of enterprises that want to interact with their end consumers. And they all call Avaya their partner. So today I want to talk about 3 key areas of focus. And Jim mentioned it earlier, and the first is really about innovating in our core. And we've continued to innovate in our core. The premise technology that has continued to be a large part of Avaya's book of business, and a lot of what you deploy today in your partners and in your businesses. Over 139 million lines of unified communications, 5.5 million contact center seats around the world. That's our core base. We will never forget our heritage or where we came from. We want to first enable our customers to experience new and emerging technologies, leveraging that base technology. The second pillar of our foundation is about driving new and differentiable technologies on top of that existing core base. And that allows our customers to transform at a time that makes sense for their business. Whether it means enhancing the agent desktop experience, changing the reporting platform, bringing in analytics, bringing in new multi-channel. All of those things allow you to evolve. And you'll hear about those more in depth today, some of the other presenters, but we really are about creating opportunity for our customers to evolve and move through innovation at a time that makes the most sense for them. And for us, it's about creating long-term sustainable value for our customer base, our partners, and helping folks along that particular journey over time. But it's important that we always understand the business requirements that are driving change in the industry and change in your business. So first, let's touch a little bit about simplification. Jim mentioned this as being an important part of our portfolio, and it is an important part about what we're doing in the product mix. And so we announced this at our Engage conference just recently, and you'll see the notion of the Avaya Intelligent Experiences. And at the core, driving all of the things that we do across the board is about bringing service into the equation. How do we wrap our rich knowledge of building these technology centers, bringing transformation to bear, and allowing our customers to absorb that technology at a pace that makes sense for them? Again, from an opportunity to deploy perspective, premise has been a core part of our business for a long period of time, but only Avaya can deliver a technology that can be deployed in the premise, on the cloud, both public and private, and or in a hybrid environment. Then on top of that, we break the experiences down into three key areas, and you'll see them noted. The workplace component, and you saw an example of that this morning in the doll slide. The IX contact center component, which takes into account all of our contact center portfolio, and then finally a mobility, and we'll dig deeper on mobility as we talk through this morning. But all of these are the key three areas, if you will, that make up the product portfolio. As it relates to the IX workspace, the contact center mobility space, again, all of these are areas that we're driving innovation uniquely based on the solution segments that we're trying to go after, and again, what our customers are telling us that they're looking for in everyday transformation needs. At the very top, you'll see IX, or IA rather, artificial intelligence. And it's not just about bots. Artificial intelligence comes in a number of different flavors. And when we think about AI, it's not just about conversational intelligence or pairing or behavioral matching. There's a lot more to bringing artificial intelligence into the contact center. And I would argue that we've actually been at it for a long while. Avaya's had a business rules engine as part of its contact center portfolio for many, many years. We've always enabled dynamic self-service as part of our IVR platform. It just wasn't called AI. Now with a number of new players that are bringing machine learning technology, Avaya has the richest set of APIs to enable those AI platforms to be delivered on top of these application segments. And that's unique. We're very excited about where we're going in this particular space, but we really want to bring as many partners into the ecosystem to drive unique AI experiences across the entire paradigm of products. I recognize that I can't be everything to everyone. I'm not a one-size-fits-all AI shop. And so we're going to deliver a lot of our AI technologies with partners. And you'll see that as we talk throughout the day here, as well as what you see out on the stands outside. So let's dig a little bit deeper into how we're innovating in our core. As I mentioned, we've got a large core base of technologies, and an installed base is really important to us. We've continued to bring more and more intelligence into the core of our platform, really allowing us to take a layered innovation approach to the portfolio. When we say layered innovation, the layered innovation component allows us to bring portions of the portfolio forward without asking you to upgrade the entire core. So for example, in the contact center, we released a new agent desktop last year called Workspaces. This allowed you to take advantage of a next generation agent desktop without having to replace the entire core of your infrastructure. Maybe you're bridging together between CM Elite and next generation Oceana because you want to bring multi-channel. Workspaces was a great way to bring customer journey into the equation, but again, without having to replace the underlying infrastructure. We're going to continue to do that in our core. We're investing over $150 million of R&D driving that core innovation roadmap. Now we've carved off another 50 plus million that we're investing in our R&D into our cloud R&D budget. We recognize the necessity to share a balance between our cloud and our premise business, but we are investing on a number of different business paradigms to drive that particular direction. When you think about the other parts of the ecosystem that come into play, CRM is a really important part of the overall ecosystem. Many of you happen to be Salesforce customers. A lot of you have a number of different applications and API interactions that are required to be part of your overall platform, but only Avaya has the breadth of integrations in the industry today. And it's not just CRM. It could be different contact center components or AI integrators, snap-ins for the Breeze portfolio, the business vertical solutions, whether it be in healthcare or finance. But we've got the ability to bring a disparate number of software packages on top of our solution like nobody else in the industry. And this ecosystem of partners is what allows you to create those unique experiences, the ones that matter, that allow you to create experiences for your customer base. We see this as a huge benefit for us. We'll continue to enhance what we do in our Dev Connect and our AI Connect portfolio. Today we have over 100,000 developers as part of the Dev Connect ecosystem globally. 100,000 developers. When you think about developer-led contact centers, we've been doing that for decades. You look at some of the newer players in the industry, AWS Connect or Twilio, just getting into developer-led contact centers today. We've been at it for quite a long while. From the vertical perspective, we announced a partnership with the likes of Salesforce, Shopify, certain verticals like healthcare with Cerner. All of these allow us to create those unique integrations that our customers are after. I talked about Breeze previously. Again, ways to bring unique applications on top of the environment that you already have in your space today. And all of it is about driving those unique experiences. When we think a bit about the various parts of the portfolio, so this gets a little bit more specifically into what we call the Avaya iX Workplace. And Workplace is where we bring our UC solutions to bear. This is where you see voice, calling functionality, UC add-on applications, chat messaging applications. All of these are part of what make up our UC portfolio. When we think about this, this is an area where we're seeing a lot of new entrants, the likes of Slack, Microsoft Teams, other applications in the enterprise that are changing the way that enterprises communicate. You'll see us expand our ecosystem to enable those types of applications to be integrated in with the Avaya footprint. We made an announcement in January with Slack. We'll continue to expand that partnership with Microsoft. But what we want to do is create an expertise, or in this case an experience, that transitions device to device, premise to cloud, that's consistent for your users. Not something that requires them to think or change the way that they interact, but allows that same modality to transition no matter how they interact with the enterprise application set. We're going to continue to drive interoperability, flexibility, and customization into the application mix. This allows us to look at any type of communication or customization that a customer might want to have and drive that on top of the Avaya experience. Again, no one else in the industry can touch Avaya when it comes down to creating those unique experiences. If we take that same view on the contact center portfolio, and again, you'll see this name a little bit different here as well. So now we're talking about the iX Contact Center. And part of this is a naming construct you'll see us start to roll out this year, and again, in the notion of simplification. Not having 15 different products, but very focused products in and around the contact center. 4 key areas: self-service, which we understand today, agent-assisted, performance management or reporting, and AI. And we can drill down into the various ports here. They'll be covered by other players who are talking to us today. But the point here is really about driving the facilitation of digital transformation in the contact center. Lots and lots of voice applications out there, lots of self-service applications, but lots of areas where we see the need to transform, to make them more intelligent, to bring AI into the conversation. Our customers, your customers, are trying to find the right path. They're looking for the path to take to transform their enterprise, to make it unique, to create a differentiable experience. A lot of our customers are adding new channels, bringing multimedia, bringing speech analytics into play, expanding into AI, all areas that are important to help them go about changing the way that they deliver these experiences. But how do they drive the right customer expectation? How do they increase their agent performance? How do you drive a different value in customer satisfaction? And really, depending upon the customer, they've got a very different characteristic they're trying to optimize for. Sometimes it's handle time, maybe it's wait time, maybe it's customer sat. Again, all of these things are metrics that we've always measured. But I would argue when we look at the contact center of the future, many of those metrics aren't going to be the same in the future. I look at how do I want to be measuring an outcome? How do I sell better? How do I increase upsell opportunities? Those aren't the usual metrics we were thinking about in measuring in a contact center. It requires a different type of technological approach to it. What we want to deliver is an application and an application ecosystem that allows you to create world-class applications on top of the Avaya footprint. And again, we bring over 4,000 plus service professionals around the world who can help drive those experiences. And as Ahmed talks later today, he's going to go dig deeper into the contact center roadmap and show you exactly how those solutions can come to bear. Another key component that we see changing in the way of the UC and the CC space is one of convergence. And for us, convergence is a differentiator. Now, when I say convergence, what we're seeing across the globe is that UC and CC applications are coming closer together. Not only that, the users in the enterprise are becoming closer and closer together. We've got an implementation in the United States, it's about 130,000 seats today, where knowledge workers are not just knowledge workers, but they're also contact center agents. That convergence of application space is quite unique for them. And Avaya brings both of those solutions to bear with a common desktop, and it allows that convergence to happen very, very naturally. And we think this is something very unique in the market today. We're seeing a more tight coupling between UC and CC solutions across the board, not just in the large enterprise, but also in the small, medium business segment as well. And over the course of the last decade, many enterprises have built their applications on best of breed. They built up a UC solution stack, they layered an over-the-top contact center stack, they brought in a chat tool from vendor C. All of this required some sort of integration. And now what we're seeing is they're just looking for a single application that it provides for a single application space that's converged. Allows them to control what they're doing, drive the right kind of experience for their users, and those populations are continuing to converge. It makes no sense to have separate providers for each of those services, and so we think we offer a unique view to driving that experience consistently across the enterprise. What we bring is API access to wrap all of this together so that, again, not only are you converging the spaces, but you bring third-party applications on top of it to create unique and rich experiences. The next core area of innovation, I mentioned there were three we were really focused on, and this is the Avaya mobile experience. Mobile experience is unique in that today over 70% of calls coming into the contact center are coming in from mobile device. 70+% coming in mobile. It used to be we were always worried about transcoding and changing of codecs and how we were communicating and how we were going to lose data artifacts as part of a conversation stream. But the reality today is they're coming in off of cellular phones. What's interesting about that is the more that come in over a mobile, the better control we have over the information. Now, we've launched this in the United States, and in the United States, Avaya has become a mobile network operator. What that's allowed us to do is to directly interface with the cellular network. And not to get too geeky for a second, but by taking advantage of the rich communication services, or RCS, I now have the ability to go deeper into the endpoint. I can know geolocation. I know the physical type of device they're calling from. Maybe I want to do mobile identity. I want to pre-identify the user as they come in. There's a lot of characteristics that we can get off of the call by knowing it's mobile. And by interfacing directly mobile to mobile, I have all that rich information in the SIP stream as soon as the call comes in. That allows me to create a unique experience for that particular caller. Maybe I want to do user segmentation. Maybe I want to do fraud identification. There's lots of things that I get out of being able to control that particular call. Maybe I want to respond with an SMS. Maybe I want a localized response. All of these are opportunities that we can enable through the mobile experience. So it gives us ability to dig deeper into that mobile call and know much, much more about it. But really, this is about driving a different type of user experience. If I know they're on a mobile phone, I can advance them into a video chat or an audio chat, or not just a phone call. But it allows me to create that immersive customer experience if that user so chooses. If we go one step further, and this gets a little bit different take on that, but when we look at fraud, US fraud totaled roughly $16.7 billion in 2017. That's a huge problem for enterprises. I was talking with the Marriott chain just a couple of weeks ago, and it's a huge problem for folks calling into their contact center, is identification of who's coming in, and is it really you who are calling in? So fraud continues to be a massive problem across the board. Mobile identity, in this case identity as a service, is something that we offer up through the Avaya mobile experience. This gives enterprises an opportunity to look at fraud and be able to manage fraud differently. There's lots of applications out there we've all been using, things like PenDrop, for example. All of these are great add-ons. But what if you can make that part of the call stream? What if I can do facial or audio recognition directly in stream? The art of the possible here allows you to do a much different communication, authentication, and then interaction with that particular user by virtue of their mobile device. This is available in the US today. We are extending this outside the US, but this is an exciting part of the innovation portfolio that we're continuing to invest and grow as part of our portfolio. So I'd like to change gears for just a second and talk a little bit about Avaya One Cloud. Again, we announced this recently at the Avaya Engage event in Texas just in January. We're going to announce it here again today. But you'll see all of our solutions lining up in or around our cloud platform. And you'll see it being referred to as Avaya One Cloud. And this is our wrapper for how we deliver services, whether it's private or public, premise or hybrid, or our CPaaS platform. All of it lines up around the Avaya One Cloud name, right? And all of the components are available, delivered in this particular environment. Jim mentioned our Ready Now solution, which is our rapid deploy for public cloud and or private. That's coming to the region very, very quickly. Again, we're really doubling down on how we deliver our cloud-based infrastructure. In the large enterprise, we continue to see managed services and private cloud be a requirement. In the small, medium business, we're enabling our partners to go and deliver services. And directly, we can deliver UCaaS and CCaaS services off of our platforms that exist today. So why is Avaya in the cloud space? Our customers are telling us how they would like for us to interact. You're asking for these types of services. You're asking for deployment options. This allows us to bring a number of additional functionality into our cloud technology. We've got competitive rates. We've got the ability to bring SIP services to bear for you. We've got the ability to bring support into the environment. We've got resiliency, redundancy. We have everything you need to be successful in delivering a cloud-based UC or CC infrastructure. If we dig a little bit deeper, I don't know how many of you may be familiar with CPaaS, or Communications as a Service. CPaaS is a technology that allows you to create unique enterprise applications directly on top of your UC infrastructure without having to build the UC infrastructure. You may know this in the market today as Twilio. It's a great example of a CPaaS platform that's been quite prolific in the industry. But what this allows you to do is build cloud-native applications directly on top of your UC infrastructure. Take advantage of SMS, take advantage of MMS, take advantage of SIP trunking services, but it allows you to create unique applications that directly interface with your UC infrastructure. You'll see a URL here on the screen that would allow you to go and sign up and start building applications. It's very, very easy to build on top of the CPaaS platform. And this allows you to onboard applications very quickly in a sandbox and deploy them directly on top of your UC infrastructure. When it comes to services, as I previously said, and Jim has mentioned as well, we got over 4,600 professionals around the world who can help you, whether it's with UCaaS, CCaaS, CPaaS applications. We have over 1,000 specific enterprise cloud-ready engineers who understand how to help you transform your business. Today, we operate in over 20 data centers around the world for our cloud platform. From a support perspective, we support 16 different languages. We put significant advancement in automation, AI, and our service model that's second to none. We are ready to support your transition to cloud. We'll continue to focus in and around the notion of emerging technologies. This is an area where we know we can create unique applications, custom applications for you that are unique to your geo, to your segment, to your clients. And in many cases, these can be something as simple as bringing an AI engine into the call center platform or helping better with behavioral pairing. It could be a custom solution for a particular client base, but emerging technologies for us has a broad solution set. And many of you have taken advantage of this team and this service to create those unique experiences in the industry that are out there for you. So this flows directly into our innovation incubator. And really, what does that mean for us? And this is where we like to see high-value solutions for our customers and for your customers that are quite unique. What we want to enable is next-generation technologies, be it from our portfolio or through a third party, to create those unique experiences. It also helps us maintain our innovation pipeline. Right? We are, as Jim mentioned, a customer-led institution. We're looking for feedback from you, our customers, our partners, on what helps you differentiate. That helps us in knowing how we build our roadmap. And that's what being customer-led really means. It means listening to the needs of our customers and using that to build our roadmap, our foundation, and our framework as we evolve and build new technologies into our environment. We've talked a little bit about AI, but if we want to think about what our vision is and around artificial intelligence, the goal there is to make smart companies even smarter. We know your business, we know our business, we know technology. We want to bring all of that together to make unique experiences out there for your customer base. When we think about how we're going to bring technologies to bear that enhance Avaya's offering, it really is about how to analyze what's happening in your enterprise. We want to partner with you as a business consultant. We want to understand your business needs and transformation plans and work together to build a business transformation plan, again, that makes sense for your business at a pace that makes sense for your business. We want to connect you with the applications and some of our customers who are already in that environment today. How we automate, how we bring new technology into bear. And these go across many different application spaces. Could be smart routing, could be automated self-service, but in some cases we're looking at agent augmentation using something we may not even be playing with today. And again, our approach to artificial intelligence is such that we can enable that in many different application spaces for you. There's a lot of different opportunity for us to apply the notions of artificial intelligence in the UC and the CC space, and we think we can do that together with you. So how do we go about doing that? Last year, we had introduced the AI Connect portfolio, similar to the Dev Connect portfolio, but specifically focused on AI partners. And this attracted a lot of interest. We realized that we couldn't take everyone. So we had to filter the AI partners that we thought had the greatest value or could create the greatest value for our end customers. You'll see some of the logos up here on the board. We recently made an announcement with Google at the Google Next conference just a couple of weeks ago around the CCAI portfolio and bringing Google's CCAI technology on top of ours. We'll be making some announcements with them coming up as well around voice, how we can bring Google Voice into our contact center IVR platform. We've made an announcement with Cogito. We have relationships with eGain, Nuance, all of these ways to bring AI on top of the Avaya environment. When it comes down to it, where is Avaya and where's the value? We've got a global model that no one in the industry can touch today. We've got experience in nearly every vertical you can imagine that's depth and broad. We've got a wonderful channel ecosystem that allows us to address the needs of our customers, allows us to bring new applications and partners into the mix. We provide the richest cloud deployment technology and deployment options that are available in the industry. And we've got many, many years of service expertise to create those unique experiences that matter. And with that, I want to appreciate your time today.